What if the real secret to skyrocketing your energy, detoxing your body, and slowing down aging isn't about adding more supplements, trying another extreme diet, or a grueling workout program, but something you are already doing thousands of times a day? Just completely wrong. Think about this. In all the talk around health, weight loss, and longevity, how often do experts really focus on breathing, on how proper breathing affects your energy, how efficiently you burn fat, how your body eliminates toxins, and even how fast you age? Almost never. And yet, breathing is the single most powerful and most overlooked lever for vitality. So in this video, I'll share the hard lessons I learned after losing my mom, who struggled with asthma for most of her life. That experience opened my eyes to just how critical breathing is, not just for survival, but for long-term health, energy, and resilience. So I grew up watching my mom struggle to breathe, and it wasn't occasional. It was almost every day, and it quietly impacted everything: her energy, her sleep, and her quality of life. Some of my clearest memories are of her sitting on the edge of her bed, bent forward, head resting on a chair. That was her recovery position, her way of coping when breathing became too difficult. But despite her health challenges, she never missed a day at work. She would pull herself together, regulate her breathing as best as she could, and head off to school to teach her students. Now, some might say her perseverance was admirable, but it also masked just how much her body was struggling beneath the surface. She held on to her faith, believing God would completely heal her. Then in 2001, my grandfather died from diabetes, and it was a wake-up call. She changed her diet, lost weight, and improved her metabolic health. The changes were significant. She went from about a size 16 to 8. But one thing that didn't improve was her breathing. So years later, I began to experience similar symptoms myself. That's when I started digging for answers. I researched everything I could about inflammation, cellular stress, breathing mechanics, natural healing, nutrition. But what shocked me most was this. Not once did any of my doctors consider that the way I was breathing could be contributing to my symptoms. Not once did anyone try to correct it, because modern medicine is trained to treat organs, not patterns. So asthma is treated as a lung problem. Sleep issues are treated as an isolated disorder. Fatigue is treated as a separate complaint. But research now shows that chronic breathing dysfunction can affect inflammation, sleep quality, metabolic health, the nervous systems, and even how well your cells use oxygen. And so now looking back, it all made sense. My mom's body was under constant low-grade physiological stress long before the most serious diagnosis ever showed up. Her breathing wasn't just a symptom, it was a signal that her system was working harder than it should every single day. And here's the thing, the body can compensate for a long time until it can no longer. So I want to pause here and ask you a few questions. Not to diagnose you, but to help you tune in and listen to what your body may already be trying to tell you. So let's start with your breathing. When you are sitting quietly, is your mouth open or closed? When you're walking or climbing stairs, do you get out of breath faster than you think you should? Do you ever feel like you can't get enough air, even when you're resting? Now think about your energy. Do you wake up feeling refreshed or already tired? Do small tasks feel harder than they used to? Do you rely on caffeine to feel normal? And what about your sleep? Do you wake up during the night? Do you snore, wake up with a dry mouth, or still feel exhausted after a whole night in bed? Do you wake up feeling tense, anxious, or already on edge? Now, if you answer yes to any of these, your body may be trying to get your attention. So I want to encourage you to listen to your body. It is constantly sending signals to help you heal. The problem is we often ignore those signals. We push through. We brush them off as just part of getting older. Until one day, the body cannot keep compensating. But there's always good news. You don't have to wait for a crisis to take action. God desires us to live in good health. But often that requires us to seek wisdom so we can take the proper steps to support the vibrant, energized life we were created for. So if you're a woman over 40 and you're ready to be the friend who looks and feels 10 years younger, instead of the one who's always tired and burnt out. Join me for the 5-day detox challenge, a gentle guided reset to help your body release what has been weighing it down and restore what it has been missing. So click the link below to reserve your spot now. See you there.